They have unsuccessfully tried to take down the wrong person.
He's absolutely going to come back with full vengeance the next time around.
Now think about what 4 years of a retribution presidency might look like. Our Constitution really does give the president tremendous power to destroy. This will be something we could never have imagined.
Now the gloves are off.
Some of Trump's close political allies told him they are working on figuring out the identities of the FBI and DOJ staff and forming lists.
I will direct a completely overhauled DOJ to investigate every radical DA and AG in America for their illegal, racist enforcement of the law. The deep state is destroying our nation, but the tables must turn, and we will quickly destroy the deep state. We know where the bodies are buried. There are a lot of people out there that have done some very, very evil things, very bad things, I would say treasonous things against our country. People that have done such harm to our country. I've been looking at them for a long time.
He could order the investigation and prosecution of individuals who he sees as enemies.
Put them all in jail where they belong. You gotta get tough and smart, and you have to fight fire with fire. You can't allow this to go on. And I will be the one to clean it up. I am your retribution. We will take care of it. We will take care of it.
Hey guys, it's B-Rob. It's the Food for Thought Faithcast. We thank you for tuning in to this episode today. We're going to play you some political clips and some truths and some national news and some world news, and hopefully you'll enjoy it and come back. Love you guys. God bless you. And remember, be a light in someone's life today. Spread the gospel of Jesus. Amen.
Therefore, today I'm signing an executive order to protect and uphold the free speech and rights of the American people. Currently, social media giants like Twitter receive an unprecedented liability shield based on the theory that they're a neutral platform, which they are not an editor with a viewpoint. My executive order calls for new regulations under Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act to make it that social media companies that engage in censoring or any political conduct will not be able to keep their liability shield. That's a big deal. They have a shield. They can do what they want. They have a shield. They're not going to have that shield. My executive order further instructs the Federal Trade Commission, FTC, to prohibit social media companies from engaging in any deceptive acts or practices affecting commerce. This authority resides in Section 5 of the Federal Trade Commission.
More winning. Remember when they took us all off the internet? I mean, I'm on my 17th Facebook page. And, you know, I had 50,000 followers, maxed out 5,000 friends. And they just took me down. I've had it since 2014, I think it was, when it started. Yeah. They just took me down, but look what's happening. Like, some of them are going to be held accountable. Are y'all tired of winning yet? I hope not. I hope not. Let's see what's going on now.
I'm announcing a historic action to rescue our nation's capital from crime, bloodshed, bedlam, and squalor, and worse. This is Liberation Day in D.C., and we're going to take our capital back. We're taking it back. Under the authorities vested in me as the President of the United States, I'm officially invoking Section 740 of the District of Columbia Home Rule Act. You know what that is? And placing the D.C. Metropolitan Police Department under direct federal control, and you'll be meeting the people that will be directly involved with that. Very good people, but they're tough, and they know what's happening, and they've done it before. In addition, I'm deploying the National Guard to help reestablish law, order, and public safety.
They actually laundered Hillary Clinton's presidential campaign talking points through the American intelligence services. That's a violation of the people's trust. That's a violation of what our intelligence services should be doing. And I absolutely think they broke the law. And you're going to see a lot of people get indicted for that.
When you look at the intent behind creating a fake manufactured intelligence document that directly contradicts multiple assessments that were created by the intelligence community, the expressed intent and what followed afterward can only be described as a years-long coup and a treasonous conspiracy against the American people, our republic, and an attempt to undermine President Trump's administration.
I see too much violent crime being committed by young punks who think that they can get together in gangs and crews and beat the hell out of you or anyone else. They don't care where they are. They can be in DuPont Circle, but they know that we can't touch them. Why? Because the laws are weak. I can't touch you if you're 14, 15, 16, 17 years old and you have a gun. I convict someone of shooting another person with an illegal gun on a public bus in the chest. Intent to kill? I convict him. And you know what the judge gives him? Probation. Says you should go to college. We need to go after the D.C. Council and their absurd laws. We need to get rid of this concept of, no cash bail. We need to recognize that the people who matter are the law-abiding citizens. And it starts today. But it's not going to end today, because the president is going to do everything we need to do to make sure that these emboldened criminals understand we see you, we're watching you, and we're going to change the law to catch you. And my final note is this. These kids understand that the jurisdiction is through the state attorney general, Brian Schwab. I did a poster of the young man from DOJ who was beaten bloody with a severe concussion, a broken nose. And then I did a poster of what happens to those kids, because I can't arrest them. I can't prosecute them. They go to family court and they get to do yoga and arts and crafts. Enough. It changes today. Thank you, Mr. President.
Nothing can stop what is coming. Nothing. God wins.
200 days of winning, and we are just getting started. Let's break it all down in this week's MAGA Minute. As usual, President Trump spent the week answering an unprecedented number of questions from the press, even on the roof, on Squawk Box, and everywhere in between. President Trump signed an executive order establishing a White House task force on the 2028 Summer Olympics, which will take place in Los Angeles, California. The president signed a presidential memorandum directing the Secretary of Education, Linda McMahon, to require higher education institutions receiving federal financial assistance to be transparent regarding their admissions practices. No more DEI admissions. Tim Cook visited the White House to announce billions more dollars in investments in America. That means more jobs for you and your family. The administration also hosted 100 Purple Heart recipients at the White House to celebrate their incredible sacrifices to our country. The president wrapped up the week by securing a historic peace deal, yet another one, between Armenia and Azerbaijan, ending a decades-long conflict that has killed thousands of people. Also this week, Nancy Pelosi doubled down on the Democrats' desire to mutilate the private parts of our nation's innocent children. HHS announced plans to cut Medicare and Medicaid to any hospital that provides what they call this barbaric practice, gender-affirming care. The Department of Agriculture this week brought the whole cabinet together to celebrate the Great American Farmers Market on the National Mall, reaffirming the Trump administration's commitment to our agricultural community and our farmers. And the president also signed an executive order ensuring fair access to banking for all Americans, putting an end to the debanking practice that we have seen weaponized against Americans based on their political beliefs. I hope you're not tired of winning yet. Tune in next week for another jam-packed MAGA Minute.
Fawn Rudd on Facebook. Trump has my attention. Let me translate what happened. When Trump made the announcement he's going to federalize the National Guard in D.C., that is code for martial law. Now, when he does this, what do you think will happen next, guys? It puts the president in full control over Washington, D.C. from the top to the bottom. And do you know why? Because Washington, D.C. is a federal district, not a state. They have no governor, only a mayor. And when you federalize the National Guard in a federal district, it puts the president as the overall governor, so to speak. Not only that, but it puts the military in control of all law enforcement. Not just the cops on the street, but he can bring in JAG to make sure that everyone is prosecuted for their crimes, they get convicted. I wonder what else he can do with that. Tulsi Gabbard issued a few criminal referrals in some House and Senate officials. So if I were Trump, I would issue indictments, arrest while he has control of the federal district, and fast track these court cases. Largest sting operation in history. Largest sting operation in history. Guys, I totally agree. I totally agree with him. Largest sting operation in history. You're watching history in the making. Where we go one, we go all. You have never seen anything in your life like what you're about to see. I promise you, God is here. God is with us. And I have total faith in God and the plan to save our country. Love you guys. God bless you. Hey guys, it's B-Rob. We thank you for tuning in to today's episode of the Food for Thought Faithcast. The Food for Thought Faithcast is brought to you by B-Rob for Christ Ministries. If you'd like us to pray for you, click the link below. If you'd like to donate, click the link below. We love you. God bless. And have a blessed day.